Hi, I'm Rod from UnitedTaps.com, and you just watched a beginner across the floor combination to the song Nantucket from my Phoenix album at UnitedTaps.com. Let's break this down, shall we? By continuing to watch this video, you are agreeing to relieve United Taps and its staff of any liability for injuries or damages caused by watching or attempting any of the movements presented in this video. If you do not agree to this, please discontinue watching this video now. Thank you. Starting with the right foot, you have 1 buffalo, grapevine, 2 buffalo, grapevine. I'm going to do that again. 6, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8. From here, dig toe stamp, dig toe stamp. I'll show that again. That was dig toe stamp, dig toe stamp. Beautiful. Let's connect that from the top. 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. From here, shuffle, ball change, ball change. Again, that was shuffle, ball change, ball change. And that is coming out of the dig toe stamp. So it flows like this. Dig toe stamp, shuffle, ball change, ball change. I'm going to show that again. 6, ready, go. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8. Beautiful, my friends. Let's take it from top. 6, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8. Awesome. From here, we're going to repeat the buffalo part. 6, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8. Wonderful. Let's take it from top and do everything we know so far. 6, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8. 1 and 2 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8. To finish it out, we're going to do toe, hop, step, heels, toes, heels, toes. I'm going to show that again. 6, ready, go. Toe, hop, step, heels, toes, heels, toes. One more time. 6, 7, 8. Toe, hop, step, heels, toes, heels, toes. Beautiful, my friends. Let's take it from top all the way through. You can do this. 5, 6, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8. 1 and 2 and 4, 5 and 6 and new part. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wonderful. We're going to do that several more times. So if you made a couple mistakes, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. We're going to do it again right now. 5, 6, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8. 1 and 2 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent, my friends. Let's speed it up just a little bit. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8. 1 and 2 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Beautiful! We're going to speed up just a little bit more, and then we're going to try with music. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8. 1 and 2 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. Here we go. We'll try with music again. The song is Nantucket from my album Phoenix at UnitedTaps.com. It's 142 beats per minute if you're using your own music. Let's give it a shot. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit, so we'll be shooting for 132 beats a minute. Ready? 5, 6, 7. 7, go. Yeah, beautiful. Again in 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. One more. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, go. Nice. I'm going to do it one more time for the camera facing you. This is just so you can see what it's like from the front. You're not expected to do it with me. You can if you want. Just keep in mind when I'm going this way, you'll be going the opposite way. Excellent. All right, my friends, thank you so much for tap dancing with me. If you enjoyed doing that short across the floor combination, at UnitedTaps.com, we've got a set of 30 beginner across the floor combinations. And here's the deal. For that set that you can purchase at UnitedTaps.com, not only do we do the right side for every combination, we also teach you the left side, which is key. It's great if you can do something on the right, but you want to also be able to do it on the left. So you kind of become like a lopsided tap dancer where you can only do things on the right, and then when you have to do them on the left, you're like, I have no idea how to do that. So for every combination in that set of 30, we teach the right side and the left side. But not only that, we'll teach you a regular version. But once you've mastered the regular version, for each combination, we've got a harder level version. So let's say you could do this and it wasn't that hard. The next level up might be double buffalo. That starts with a flat, right? Or something like that. So we make little tweaks and changes so you've got a harder option. So once you've worked through all 30 and you're like, I've mastered these, I'm ready for a harder challenge, it's already there. You don't have to buy a separate product. It's already built in. It's like, here's the harder version of the first combination, a harder version of the second one, all the way through. So it's really awesome. Again, that's our beginner across the floor combination series. There's 30 combinations. It's great exercise, right? It's good, not just, like it's not good just good for your body. It's good for your mind too, because you have to concentrate. You have to remember what the steps are. You have to check, am I doing the steps right? Am I missing a sound here? Am I on time with the music? All those things, that's really good. It's really good for your mind, and you're working your body at the same time. So it's kind of like the best way to exercise your body and mind. And you feel like you're tap dancing. It's like, I'm just dancing. It's not like, I'm doing a workout or I'm lifting weights or I'm running or something like that. You feel like you're actually having fun, which is the whole point, right? That's kind of the whole point of tap dance, is we're having fun. So that, check out our beginner across the floor lesson series. I think you really enjoy that, or not lessons, our beginner across the floor combination series. But we do have a full-length lesson series. So if a lot of adults contact me and they're like, look, I tap danced when I was a kid, or I always wanted to. Then I went and took a local tap class, and it went so fast, and they didn't stop and explain things. They just expected me to pick it up. And I haven't tap danced before, or it's been a long time. Like, I couldn't just pick up everything that fast, and the teacher didn't really want to slow down. So I don't know what to do. I've had so many adults, that exact story, come to me, and they say, I found your lessons, your beginner lesson series, and this is what I needed. I have a complete beginner lesson series. It's 12 lessons long. It's 12 hours. It's not a tap dance video. It's not like, here's 1 hour where I'm going to show you 10 different steps and we're done. That's not how real people learn how to tap dance. It's like, here's a lesson. We're going to do a short warm-up. And then I'm going to teach you a step slowly and clearly. I'm actually going to break it down slowly. It was a maxi forward. Step, shuffle, step, toe. I'm going to break it down on the right side, and I'm going to break it down on the left side. For some steps where there's common problems, I'm going to say, hey, here's a common problem. Oh, those shuffles, hear that scraping? Super common. There are techniques and strategies to fix that, and we'll go over that in the video. I'll say, here's exactly what you can do to fix that scrapey shuffle and make it sound clean. So I'll give you helpful hints, tips, tricks, and strategies. Then, and this is the key, we'll actually practice the step. We'll actually do the maxi forward really slow, again and again. And now what I'll do, as we go, then I'll go a little bit faster. Very slowly, I will gradually work your speed up, but we'll do many repetitions, and we start slow, and then we work your speed up. We do that on the right side and the left side, so you're not just getting one side, you're getting both. This is how real people learn, right? I was a slow learner. I was like when I first started, I was the worst one in my class. And I was always the slowest to get the combinations were awful for me. Like I was always the last to get the combination. But I worked really hard, and then eventually I got moved up to the next level, right? Good? No, because now I got moved up, and then I was the worst in that class. It's like, oh my gosh, man, everyone else can do all this stuff, and I can't do it, and they can learn it fast, and I can't learn it fast. And so I work, and eventually it's like, one more time, let's move you up again. Great! Now I'm, as you guessed it, I was the worst one again and the slowest one again. So I've had so much practice being the worst and slowest in the class. But the good thing that came from that is I understand the people who don't pick it up quick. I didn't pick it up quick. So when I teach, I keep that in mind. There's people who don't pick it up right away. They need to go kind of slow. They need to do some repetition. And when we do a combination, they need to go back and review it from the top. They need to do all those things. So I incorporate that in that lesson series. So you, like real humans, can follow along. Even ones who've never tap danced in their life, like they can actually follow along with the lesson. So that's my full beginner lesson series. Like I said, it's 12 hours long. The reason it's long is because we do things like we'll practice the step. And here's another cool thing. All the steps that you learn in lesson 1, those are going to show up in the warm-up for lesson 2. That's one of the ways that I'm constantly bringing the steps back again and having you use them as much as possible. And for the did I tell you we do a combination? So I teach you the specific steps. I don't think I told you we do a combination. So we do, in each lesson, we'll learn the specific steps. We're slow, we'll break them down, then we build up our speed. And then I'll take all the lessons, all the steps. I know I can talk. I'll take all the steps I learned that I taught you in that lesson, and we put them in a combination. Because that's how you're really going to use them. You're not just going to do 20 cramp rolls in a row. You're going to do them in a combination, right? Or they'll go buffalo, grapevine, like what we just did. Like that's how you're going to use a buffalo. You're not just going to do buffalo. You're not going to do like 20 buffaloes in a row. So we'll do a combination. So you get to use all those steps in an actual combination, how you're actually going to use it. Well, here's the cool thing. Let's say you're on lesson 8 and you're doing the combination in lesson 8. Well, that combination, sure, it's going to have all the steps I taught you in lesson 8. But I'm going to pull some steps from maybe lesson 2, and maybe lesson 4, and maybe lesson 6. So again, I'm constantly bringing those steps back so you get more and more chances to practice them in the context of a combination. That's super key. So you're going to see them again and again with warm-ups, and again in the combinations. So, in other words, I teach it for how people really learn. Like you can't just do a step in one lesson. And like, let's say I teach you something in lesson 1, and then I never show it to you again until lesson 12. No one's going to remember it. No one's going to be able to do it. You need to have some consistency. You need to see that again and again and again. That's how our lesson series is set up. If this combination that we learned was too easy for you, we've got a whole advanced beginner lesson series as well. I'll also, I don't know if it'll be out by the time you see this. If not, soon after, I have an advanced beginner across the floor series. If you're like, I want a harder level, like a harder level, because remember, the beginners across the floor series has the beginner across the floor combination plus a harder version. Well, the advanced beginner is the same thing. It's going to have the advanced beginner 30 combinations across the floor plus harder versions of that. So if that's not out right now, that'll be out probably relatively soon by the time you see this. Okay, cool. So we have these full-length lesson series. We also have a tap dance dictionary and syllabus. It's video breakdowns of 315 steps. This is another thing. I've gotten a lot of adult students, like, I take the class, I take a live class, it moves too fast, so I got your dictionary, so when she says a Shirley Temple or a double Maxie Ford, when I haven't done those before, and she doesn't have time to break it down, or she doesn't break it down, I can go back in my dictionary, look it up, see a slow, clear breakdown, and work on that specific step, right? So the dictionary is more for speed, convenience, and pinpointing specific steps. The lessons are really teaching you how to tap dance, and not just how to do steps, but how to connect them together into combinations. But the dictionary is awesome if you're like, well, some people are just like, what steps should I know in level 1? Well, one of the things our dictionary syllabus does is break down all the steps into 7 different levels. Here's level 1, and here's the order that I teach them, or the order that you might want to learn them in, because it's a very illogical order. Like, you don't want to learn a Maxie Ford before you've learned how to do a shuffle. That makes no sense whatsoever. You need to learn how to shuffle first. Like, there's an order that makes sense when you teach, right? So you'll have all the steps in order. So you could be like, okay, here's level 1, here's the first thing. Do I know that step? You know, in level, the next step, and the next step, and the next step. And the order that I put them in the syllabus, for our tap dance dictionary syllabus, is the same order that I teach them in the lessons. So those all work together really well. All right, so you have that tap dance dictionary syllabus. It's got 2 sets of notes. One set of notes is in syllabus order. So it's got, here's level 1 and all the steps in the order. Level 2, all the steps in order that I teach them, or that you would want to learn them in. Then I've got another set of notes in alphabetical order by what I call root step. And what does that mean? Well, let's say you're looking for buffalo. You come down to B, here's buffalo. But let's say you want to know, okay, what's a double buffalo? You're not going to go to D, you're going to go to B for buffalo, and then underneath buffalo are all the buffalo variations in alphabetical order. So you'll go down until you find D for double buffalo. One of the things that's so cool about that is it's so easy to find the variations for a step. So when you see buffalo, underneath it are all the buffalo variations, which is kind of where they should be. That all makes sense. Or for cramp roll, underneath cramp roll are all the cramp roll variations. So it's a way to kind of organize it so it's not just like randomly trying to look all over this giant list of steps to try to find variations. You know, all the Maxie Ford variations are underneath the Maxie Ford. It's super simple and super clear. And it can be fun if you're like, let's say you've got your cramp rolls down, you're like, I got these. Maybe you're in a class where the class actually goes slow for you. You're like, okay, I already know how to do a cramp roll, and we do a combination with cramp roll in it, but I already know how to do it. It's kind of boring. Well, I've got a ton of cramp roll variations that you can learn, and if your teacher's flexible, usually they are. When everyone else is doing like a regular cramp roll, you could be doing a double cramp roll, step, 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 and spicing things up and keeping things fun and interesting. And that's one of the things the tap dance dictionary syllabus is really great for, because there's so many step variations. It's really fun to spice things up. If you're like, I've done these steps too many times, I need some different things. It's great for that. It's also great, just look it up really fast. I want to know what's a buffalo. B, buffalo. Play. Oh, now I know how to do it. So you get videos and notes for that complete 315 tap dance dictionary and syllabus. Videos and notes, and not just one set of notes, 2 sets of notes, the alphabetical version and the syllabus version. Now, I said, wouldn't it be great if for every single one of these steps, I had a practice exercise combination, about 32 counts long, so you could practice, we've talked about this from the lessons, so you can practice doing the step how you're really going to do it. So I created the Practice 315, the practice combinations for every step in the dictionary, and they're level appropriate. So cramp roll is a level 1 step. The cramp roll practice exercise combination is a level 1 combination. So it's for the beginner level. If you're beginner level, that's perfect for you. It's going to work the right side cramp roll and the left side cramp roll. That's key. You don't want to just work one side, you want to work both. So we've got practice combinations for all of the steps in the tap dance dictionary syllabus. So this is awesome to have. And these combinations are not the same ones that you find in the lessons. They're different, which is also important, because you want to put that step, like if you're taking a cramp roll, you want to be able to do a cramp roll in as many different combinations as possible. Because look, as a student, you never know what combination a teacher's going to put things in. It's usually different every time, and so you want to be able to handle things in different orders. So the more combinations you do that cramp roll in, the easier it is when someone else puts it in a new combination that you haven't done before. All right? So that's our practice 350. Also at UnitedTaps.com, we've got choreography. If you have not yet done a full piece of choreography, it's roughly about 2.5 minutes long. Some are a little bit longer by like 3 minutes, but they generally run about 2.5 minutes. But if you haven't learned a full piece, that's 2.5 minutes. That's way different than learning a combination, I'm going to tell you. And that's like learning 5 combinations altogether, right? If you haven't done a full piece, if you haven't done that before, you should. Here's why. It takes a lot more memory to remember a whole dance in all those steps, in all that order. Not only that, it takes a lot more stamina and energy and endurance to go 2.5 minutes non-stop. It's just a different ball game if you haven't done it before. Also, the choreography, I do the full arms and head movements, like you're doing everything. So not only do you have to remember all the steps, you've got to remember what are my arms supposed to do and what is my head supposed to do, and then you've got to coordinate that entire package together and ideally perform at the same time. Now obviously you don't have to perform the choreography, but I've had a lot of people who've done my choreography. They're like, I performed it for my grandkids, they loved it, or I performed it for my adult kids. They loved it, or I performed it at my community show, and everyone was excited because they're like, boy, we haven't seen tap dancing in a while. It was really popular many years ago, but it doesn't seem as popular today, things like that. So it's a really, if you want the full tap dance experience, you should learn and perform a full piece of choreography. That's the full experience, when you got your head moving, your arms moving, your feet moving. You got to get the timing. You got to remember what you're doing. It's like it's a full experience. So we've got lots of choreography at the beginner level, but we have it all the way up through the advanced levels as well. You'll find it at UnitedTaps.com. All right, thank you. Oh, the music. So the music that we used, again, where was that? Oh, Nantucket. That is off my Phoenix album, which you can get at UnitedTaps.com. One of the cool things is when you buy the music at UnitedTaps.com, whenever I release free material like this and I'm using my own music, you've already got the music, right? So if you just want to practice that combination, but you're like, I don't want to watch this whole video again, I just want to put the music on and tap dance, you'll be able to do that. Or if you're a teacher, and you're like, I want to use that in class, you've already got the music, you're all set, and you're good to go. All right, thank you again so much for tapping with me. I'm Coach Rod Howell from UnitedTaps.com, making you happier and healthier through tap dance.